welcome to Spitting the Bit with Billy and Kevin, and we're here to talk about a Derby prep. I got some other news first. First of all,
Let's hear it.
your boy Sovereignty, Bill
You
Mott.
know,
I heard an interview with him, and he obviously got asked about Sovereignty and Sovereignty's future, and he said he's taking a little R&R right now, kind of recovering, and they're going to reevaluate. After the first of the year to see if he's going to have a 4-year-old campaign. But that, in which, of course, he's going to say that at this point. I didn't expect.
yeah,
There was really no information except at the end he said, "I'm optimistic that he'll run again." So I thought that was big. He didn't have to say, "I'm optimistic that he'll be fit enough or healthy enough to run a 4-year-old campaign." So the other one is Ted Naffy. um, uh, Fletcher talked about his plans for him. He says he's going to take it nice and easy with him, and he's in no hurry. He's in great shape as far as getting in the Derby and doing well. He wants to make sure he's peaking at the right time. So he said hasn't made a definite decision, but he's down in Gulfstream training. He's going to point him towards the Holy Bull, which is in early February, or February 1st or so, or the Fountain of Youth, which is March 1st. So I think
just
he'll run
keeping him
in.
in Florida.
Yeah, I'm going to run one of those two. That'll give him an option to run a race between those and the Derby, and he should be good to go. So I thought those
Yeah.
are both a little bit of news.
A few days ago, talked about the Phillies and
The
the
Goldenrod,
Goldenrod.
and then we both liked Explora as the top horse, but then you're going with Bella Ballerina, if I'm not mistaken, to win that one to get
Having
some
a little bit
little
of an
better
upset.
odds. And I like Grumpy Rabbit, huge long shot. I think Grumpy Rabbit's going out of
Great
like
name.
15-1. I like the horse. I like the horse.
A good
Uh,
horse. I mean, yeah, there's no duds and
no,
maybe. But for the
uh,
most part, yeah, it's a good
yeah,
field.
but Explorer is pretty tough to beat. That's the horse to beat. And you have Bella Ballerina, and I have Grumpy Rabbit. So now onward to the boys, to the Jockey Club, right?
Yes, it's
On
the Kentucky
Saturday.
Jockey Club back-to-back races. I think actually the boys are going first and
They are. They are. The boys are going first, and then
Goldenrod's the race
Goldenrod's.
after.
Yeah. You know,
So yeah, the Jockey Club's a little smaller field than the Goldenrod. I think what's there, 7 horses
7.
entered,
Yeah.
but
Well,
still some
yeah.
good horses.
Well, give me some history on this race. Why is this? I know it's a point race. That makes it important, but to
Yep.
be a points race, you gotta have a little bit of history. What do you got?
Yeah, and there's some fun history in this race. Um the I'll start with the most recent, and it's not a huge history, but if you're from Canada or you love Canadian racing, it
I like
might
Woodbine.
resonate. Yeah, so Uncaptured won the race in 2012, the Kentucky Jockey Club. And after winning that race, won that year's Canadian Horse of the Year
Oh,
as a 2 year old.
wow.
You have to go and look at some of Uncaptured races leading up to that, but had a good campaign and went on to win some races too after, but was
Yeah.
Canada's Horse of the Year in 2012. But
Canada's horse of
that
the year, eh?
uh, yeah, and
Eh?
it winning the Jockey Club cemented it basically.
Okay.
Um, is that as you it's the Jockey Club here's towards the end of the year. So, anyways, a big win for that horse. Love Mark Casse. Um, then another one that I think we both like. Um, Super Saver won the Jockey Club in what was it, 2009?
2009. Yeah, 2009.
Yep.
Went on to win the
Goes on to win the
Derby.
Yep. Went
Yeah.
on to win the Kentucky Derby, giving Calvin Burrell his third win in 4 years. Super Saver did because he
Here's
had
an
won it
interesting thing about Super Saver.
Year prior.
Super Saver only won 3 races. Broke his maiden, won the Jockey Club, and won the Derby. Those are its only 3 wins.
Yeah, it's
It didn't
it's
have a
a
long racing career. I think it was only 6 races and then retired. But I
but
don't.
still, yeah,
Yeah,
pretty lightly raced. But it did give Burrell his third Derby, second in a row, but third Derby in 4 years, if I'm not mistaken, because I think he won it. Um, it must have been '07 with Street Sense,
mm.
and a couple years later with Mind That Bird, and then the next year with Super Saver. But my favorite, all right, if you look up here, 1976, a horse by the name of Run Dusty Run. Does that ring any
Oh,
bells?
yeah.
Because it should ring some bells for you on one of your, if not your favorite horse of all time. Do you
Se-
know who
Seattle Slew.
yeah, there you go. This horse it's pretty awesome. If I can just show you, like this horse, Run Dusty Run, had a really nice career, but is the king of second place, man.
Mm.
I don't know if you see all
Yep. And second
those
place to
races there.
who? Most of them,
Seattle
Seattle Slew.
Slew.
Yeah.
So yeah, he finished second in the Louisiana Derby, finished second in the Bluegrass, finished second in the Derby to Slew, finished third in the Preakness, but finished second to Slew in the Belmont, finished second in the American Derby, second in the Travers, second in the Secretariat Stakes. But yeah, really nice career. Was in all of those Triple Crown races that Slew won. But you know,
Nice.
got
All
its
right. All right. So there's a
thought
little
that'd be a
history.
good one to throw in the history of the race.
Yeah, I like
And
that.
also the crowning jewel for related to this race, fastest time all time in the Kentucky Jockey Club was Run Dusty Run's win in 1976.
Look at that. We ready to move on to the race itself this on Saturday?
Yeah,
All right, let me tell
I
you.
think so.
Let me tell you what I think first. You mind if I go first?
Go for it.
All right. Well, I think 2 turns at Churchill plays to tactical speed, meaning horses that either in the lead or by the lead that slow that have a smart pace, a little slower pace. They're not going out to try to steal anything. They're not rabbits. They're not front runners. It's a tactical speed. Favors Churchill 2 turns. Or stalkers, those that are 1 to 4 lengths off the leader. So I think that's how this race is going to play out. But the race has no rabbit. So the closers aren't going to, and there's not a lot of closers, but horses that like to come from 4 lengths or more off, I don't think have a shot in this race. Just because I don't see anybody here that's going to go out and press the pace. So it's going to be a moderate pace, which favors a couple of horses in here that I like a lot. One of them I don't think I like the horse a lot, but I don't think it's going to be his day just because of how the race will unfold. He needs some early speed as number one, the Spice Runner, who we talked about earlier on one of our podcasts. He won one of the Derby races. What's the one that he won the first Derby race? The Iroquois.
The Iroquois.
Won that one, and then next race, the Futurity, he got beat by Ted Nafi, which is Ted Nafi's the top horse right now. But what happened to him on that race? He stumbled. He almost fell. And so we were even at the time
And he
saying,
had a
well,
steady in the first turn too, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah. And so we looked at that and said, okay, let's watch, see what he does in his next race. Well, here we are. We're at his next race. I think he's a good horse, obviously, but gun runner. I think he likes being stretched out, going longer, all that stuff. But he's in the first post, so he's going to get buried underneath. He's going to have to come from behind. I just think the pace is going to be such that he won't be able to make up the ground. So I like Spice Runner. I also like Cherokee Nation. How crazy is this? Baffert sending a maiden to run in a Derby prep. Uh, but Cherokee Nation, $1.1 million colt, and he he finished second by a head to Mr. AP, who took second to Ted Naffy in the Breeders' Cup Juvie. So
Yep.
he's a maiden, but come on, he's run really, and that was a 2-turn at Santa Anita. So he likes the distance. And then he gets you know Pratt on board, and his running style is going to be such where he's a stalker. He's going to be tactical speed or stalking. He's going to be right up there near the lead. And Pratt's a master of that. So I think everything looks really good for this horse. I'm not going to go with it to win. I think it's a tough crowd, but I would not be surprised if Cherokee Nation jumps up and steals this one. But my top two horses, one is Dr. Kapoor. Here's the thing that scares me. I love him on paper. Horse has done well. Uh, he lost. He lost his jockey to his brother. Irad Ortiz was riding him and chose a different horse in this race. So Jose Ortiz gets the ride, and that is a little bit of a red flag for me. Otherwise, I love this horse. I love everything about Dr. Kapoor, but and I like the odds. I like everything. It's just the jockey change. Irad Ortiz had a choice, and he chose the one I think is going to win the race. Further Ado, the number 6 horse, who is a really interesting horse. Brad Cox, Irad Ortiz is staying aboard, chose this one. This horse had run a couple mediocre races and didn't look like anything special. And then this last time out, won by 20, just crushed the field. Looked unbelievable. It was so. Is he that horse? And we talked about it last episode that 2-year-olds are getting better. Is he that horse? And I think he is. I think he's moving forward. And my proof for that, or my what makes me think that, is the fact that Irad had a choice of going with Dr. Kapoor or Further Ado, and he went with Further Ado, which to me says, okay, he believes he's that horse from the last race, and he's going to be moving forward. So it gave me a vote of confidence that he's the real deal. So I'm going with number 6, Further Ado, to win this thing. Dr. Kapoor and Cherokee Nation to come in first or second or third, could go either way. I love Spice Runner. I just don't think it's going to be his style of race, though. So 6, 3, 2, and we'll see if Spice Runner can get up there for fourth. What do you got?
I disagree a little bit, and I think it's going to be stronger than moderate and might even be pushing a hot pace.
Oh,
Yeah, and
who
a
do you
variety of reasons.
who do you think is
But
going
I
to be
think,
jumping
I
out
mean,
there?
Cherokee Nation's last race, a mile at Santa Anita, they went 22. He went 22 and 2 and 46 and 4. That's pretty quick.
Yeah,
Um,
that's one with
and then he
Mr. AP
stays.
one.
Correct.
Okay.
That is correct. And he lost by a nose. And Dr. Kapoor, his 7 furlong race at Keeneland, he went 22 and 2 and he went 45 and 3. And he wired that race pretty much. I think, and second place horse went on to win its next race. And
Well, if you're right, that bodes well for Spice Runner, I think.
yeah, and I think Soldier, I'm not sold on Soldier and Diplomat being a huge 2-turn horse, but he won at a mile at Churchill. That's still a 1-turn race, but he won by 9 lengths.
Mm-hmm.
And he won his maiden, a 6 furlong race, and uh, that race went 22 and change and 45 and 3. I think those 3 horses are going to set a pretty good pace, and that's not factoring in what Further Ado can do in regards to pressing the pace.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, my goodness, Further Ado won by 20 lengths against 12 horses in its last race. So we'll see. And, no slouch. She started out up at Saratoga this summer,
Right.
finished third in
Right.
his second race. Um,
Right. But yeah, that leap though that he made to this last race was big.
oh,
Yeah,
it's
he
huge.
looked, yeah, if he keeps moving forward like that, look out.
Yeah. And I'm curious with the Baffert horse. I don't, um, to me, that was a pretty hot pace that last race. And I think he paid for it. So, um, we'll have to see.
All right. Yeah, Cherokee Nation's gonna be fun. Uh, a maiden running in a Derby prep. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, for sure. And
And
big questions. I mean, I think we both really are curious about Spice Runner. They got the morning line at 12-1 after winning the Iroquois, you know, going into the fall. To me, I totally put a scratch through that breeder's futurity.
yeah,
Um,
what? Yeah, I put a
no
star by it
chance.
saying, look out for this horse the next time out. Well, this is his next time out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's going to have to take a step up. Um,
Right.
but I'm curious to see what he can do. Um, but yeah, I think I think Soldier and Diplomat, they're both Spice Runner and Soldier and Diplomat are both Asmussen horses. I don't believe that uh, Tyler's going to let Flavian or Jose Ortiz have a slow pace. Personally, I think he's going to press it.
Well,
But we'll see.
that's gonna be telling. So you have Further Ado as your winner.
I I do.
Yeah, I
Um,
do. Me too.
and then I think it's going to be an interesting. I think the whole race is, to me, that's going to make it interesting or not, and moving forward for Derby contention is uh, what the pace does. Frankly, I would like to see a hot pace, and then see what those four horses can do with a hot pace.
It's funny. We both have different idea how the pace is going to play out, but we both have Further Ado winning. Whatever the pace is, Further Ado is winning, and then then
And
we.
and we'll see. I'm not. It's one of those races. I'm not going to be surprised if I will be surprised if Dr. Kapoor went, because that's who you have as number two, right?
Yeah,
Um,
two
I'd
two A
be
two.
surprised if it's Cherokee Nation, and I won't be surprised if it's Soldier and Diplomat, and I won't be surprised if it's Spice Runner or Further Ado. But it'll be a fun race to watch
Yeah, yeah,
because we just have these 2-year-olds who don't know for sure.
yeah. Do you know off the top? I can look it up real quick. How many points is where this is a 10-pointer, right? Um,
Yeah, it's 10. So 5,
yeah.
4. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
But
So
it's worthwhile because once you get to, if any of these horses takes a stumble, so to speak, pardon the
yeah.
pun,
Uh, yeah, bringing up
to
Spice Runner again, aren't you? Which
yeah, right, exactly.
Spice
But it's
Runner
good to
has
have
points.
some of these points in your pocket just in case.
Yeah, Spice Runner already has some, so Spice Runner could use a few more, kind of grinding his way to
Yeah.
the lead. So we'll see. We'll
Yeah,
see.
we've had some big horses that squeak into the Derby last a few days. Baeza last year, Rich Strike got in the
Yeah,
night before.
yeah,
Um, so any of these finishing these races as 2-year-olds or any of the big points after the first of the year where you can finish in the money gives you a chance because it's rare that there's not, you know, of whoever's the top 20 after the Lexington, it's rare to not have 5 of those horses drop out in one way or the other in the
Oh,
next few
really?
weeks.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
interesting. Yeah, they kind of say rule of thumb: 40 to 50 points is what you're going to need to have a shot at getting in, huh? Would you agree with
But
that?
it can be less. I mean, Commanding Curve that year with with California Chrome, I think Commanding Curve had somewhere around 30 points or high
Oh,
20s.
okay.
Um, yeah, and so when I say drop out too, you're going to get horses that, um, like
Yeah, just
Chad Brown's done it a variety of times where I don't think that the horse, like Cloud Computing, I don't think that horse would have had a prayer in the Derby. But where they'll aim it towards a different,
right. One of the other
uh,
Triple Crown races kind of gear up for
thank you.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
horses aren't necessarily dropping out because something bad happens, but they find a reason to run them somewhere else. But and when I say, just the top 20 points.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so
You
you
gotta
don't
kind
often.
you gotta kind of respect that though. I think because it's so tempting to run in the Derby just because of the high profile race and all the hoopla and it's such a big deal. But if it's better for the horse to run in Belmont or Preakness or get them ready for that one, that's that might be what's best. But man, you got to
Yeah,
give up the
because
Derby. That's rough. I got
yeah,
a lot
cloud
of respect.
computing is one of those horses that it finished third in the Wood Memorial and it finished second in the Gotham, which would have given him enough points to get in the Derby, but they went straight to the Preakness instead and won it.
Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad it worked. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
they stepped away from the
the
Derby and
lesson is get as many points as you can. So you
yeah,
just never know.
yeah, yeah. Sounds good. All right. Hey, let's call it a night and
Happy
we'll
Thanksgiving to
yeah.
everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah. And I'm looking forward to watching these two races on Saturday.
It will be fun. And then the week after, we've got some more coming up.
All right. Perfect. All right.
All
Well,
right. Well,
let's make
take
some
care.
money
Say
this
hello to the
weekend.
family.
You too.
Eat
Do the
some
same.
turkey. Have some gravy.
Perfect. Sing.
All right. Bye.